Hey guys, Drifter here, doing yet another dual commentary, and today I have a guest. Today with me is ShadowWolf810, and he is tearing it up with the Mac11 on, what is this map? Berlin Wall. Almost forgot it.
Oh yeah, that would be me. What's up, guys?
You must be playing with a good team. They all just went straight for the objective. Normally everybody just runs off to go play team deathmatch.
Yeah, no, seriously. I actually only had one friend on my team that time, but we all died together just like that on a lot of the flags, you know. So it was a good game. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty hard to get a decent game with a gun like this, but here's one of the many what the heck moments. Tomahawk should have killed the guy, and wait for it, weird deflection off the ground. So
That sucks. I
I don't
think it
know.
might have hit the trash can. I couldn't hardly tell. You're using this with extended mags. Do you also have scavenger?
Yeah, I've got Scavenger, Warlord, and Marathon. None of them are pro. Uh,
Warlord, I guess extended mags and grip then?
yep, that would be it.
That's workable. I tend to use these dual wielded sometimes just for shits and giggles.
Yeah,
But nice to see you doing some sort of cinematic thing. I think that's going to be the next step in commentary. I really do because the straight up gameplay does get boring after a little while.
yeah, it does, especially when you've run out of commentary and gameplay to the point where you have to do retarded guns and weird kill streaks and stupid attachments just to get a little bit of entertainment out of it.
Are you
But
making fun of me? I think you're making fun of me.
just a little bit, maybe. I don't know. This is a another little moment here. C4 is pretty useful. As you can see, I just defended the C flag from halfway across the map because this guy decided to stand on it and lay an
He,
egg
he
on it.
stood he stood literally right on top of it.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised when I look at that
But
in theater mode.
yeah, but we've blown through about 2 minutes here worth of talking about the gameplay. But we had a different topic picked out, a really unusual one. Would you like to start this one out?
Yeah, sure. So we were having a bit of trouble coming up with a topic, but we finally agreed on something. I just finished reading the book 1984, which, for any of you who don't know, is basically a post-apocalyptic type book from about the 1940s. Written by George Orwell, and we have both read it. So, well, I've read it. He's read another book that's somewhat similar to it. So, we're gonna talk about that a little bit.
Well, I think you got the word wrong. Post-apocalyptic means end of the world. This is dystopian future, like a very bleak, sad kind of future of subservitude by the people. But 1984, correct me if I'm wrong. I've watched, the little made-for-TV movies and read the summaries and stuff in my literature classes. It's a book about when big government becomes too powerful, when totalitarian to the extreme, and the people only exist to serve. That's where the word Big Brother comes from, where they have the Big Brother watching you all the time. This book had crazy things like modified English, where they try to get rid of negative words or rebellious words, or the ultimate goal is to get where there are two words or only one word, and that is yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much correct. Basically, the way we've discussed it was they were limiting the English language to be, to where they couldn't rebel against the government. And I actually brought that up with my teacher. I was like, "Hey, Big Brother's a government organization now. Did they get that from the book, or did the book take that from them?" I wasn't really sure when it was created.
Well,
So,
Big Brother is not a government organization. That's just
well,
that's what we nickname any one of the, what is it? How many intelligence agencies do we have in this country?
I like
CIA, NSA, FBI, Homeland Security. That's four. I don't know,
uh,
four.
probably somewhere around there, more than likely. There'll probably be about 15 comments like, "Oh, well, actually, there's about 7," but oh well.
Yeah, that's just the ones I can pull off the top of my head. But yeah, that's this where we got the nickname for all of our intelligence agencies and intelligence communities. Big Brother's always watching, because in the book they have the giant TVs and cameras, and there is literally always somebody watching. Even in your own house, you are not allowed to express dissent without punishment. Man, you're tearing people up.
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, and it's just kind of the fear that you are being watched. That came up in our class as well. Like, how do they have enough people to watch everybody in the country? And we came to the conclusion that it was more based on fear, and the fear that Big Brother is watching. Not that they're always watching, but
That they could be watching. Well,
yeah,
the same is true of today. In 1940, people say that certain aspects of this book are coming true. We do have a very high surveillance society. If you live in a large city or in a different country, I think the laws are actually worse in the UK about wiretapping and eavesdropping and spying and stuff. But like I said, if you're in a large city, there is almost always somebody watching. If somebody wanted to, let's say a boogeyman in control of the system, they could watch you from the time you left your house all the way to wherever you went, and there's half a dozen ways to watch you in your house that are now quasi-illegal.
yeah. It's kind of sad the way that's all worked out, but
Yeah. But the different book, the one that worried me more, was A Brave New World, and you're scheduled to read that one next, right?
yep.
See, that one's it's almost the exact opposite, but even though if you take the society to the exact opposite, you get this same result. 1984 was about big government controlling everything. A Brave New World is about a society with less rules and government supposedly controls almost nothing. But this society and this Brave New World is set up to be so extremely hedonistic that everybody gets everything they want all the time, or at least almost all their needs are met. Drugs are encouraged, physical fitness is encouraged, and promiscuity. This was really unusual for its time, and as people considered it a scandalous book. But the author Huxley and his little Brave New World, they encouraged many multiple partnerships, and was it promiscuity is a citizen's duty, but monogamy was kind of banned so that people wouldn't form love relationships. So you have an entire population of people that are all their base animal needs are met all the time, and they're very vain and shallow and uncultured. So they don't have the ability to rebel or know what to rebel against. They're just very helpless.
Yeah, that's sort of a similarity between that and 1984. The people were not allowed to marry people that they had any physical or emotional attraction to. So the only reason to get married was to have children. That's kind of a similarity right there.
How do you have children with somebody you're not physically attracted? You must have a good imagination or something. That's a
Yeah,
tough one.
seriously. Or the lights off
But
permanently, I guess.
the book that Huxley wrote, Brave New World, worried me more when I looked at modern society, and you see how many people are concerned with very trivial things on the television, and how any big news day, let's say, you'll notice on any big news day, Charlie Sheen does this, Britney Spears overdosed on cocaine. That's the very day that crazy legislation always goes through our government, or how many illegal, horrendous things are going on around the world, and you turn on CNN and all you see is, oh, Kardashian, Twitter, blah, 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 or the
Yeah.
same thing. No matter what's happening, you turn on Fox News, they're reporting the same stories, CNBC, they're reporting the same stories, no matter what else is going on, because nobody else gives a shit about anything.
Yeah, which is kind of sad. It's especially when I'm as young as I am and I care more about like the world than a lot of people do. So
Yeah, and
it's a bit sad.
one
Oh,
more.
look at this. I wanted to point this out. I saw about 4 people run out of that building, super slow motion. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another one there. And then, wait for it, I get sniped out the window by the one guy who did not spawn here. You'll see that in a second right here. All right, and lag shot in the butt about 5 feet behind where I
That
was.
sucks. He would have just sniped you through the other window anyway.
Yeah, more than likely. But it's just, like taking away the treat right before I get it. So evil.
But while we're on the topic, there's one movie I would like to recommend to you and anybody else watching. You should go and watch the movie Idiocracy by Mike Judge. It was scary in a similar way. It's about a future where everybody is so dumb that they're utterly helpless because the dumb people marry and they have so many babies and babies and babies, but the smart people breed selectively, and over a few thousand years there aren't any left.
Hmm. That does sound like an interesting movie. I'll have to go check that out.
Yeah, it's like they have all the same stuff, but people believe every advertisement because they don't know what's going on, and instead of the House of Representatives, they have the House of Representing, and it's all just famous wrestlers because they're the only people popular enough to get elected.
Wow.
Do you get a
Wow.
single tomahawk kill in this entire game?
I got one on a guy who was AFK, actually.
I'm not talking about that. That doesn't count.
All right. No, probably not then, no.
Dang, too bad. Tomahawk
Yeah,
kills are sweet.
'tis true.
So now we've burned through our topics. Oh my God, we're in the black. Promote yourself quickly, shamelessly, go.
Okay, well, I've got about 5 different series that I do. I've got Call of Duty gameplays, epic fails every week, featured maps on Halo Reach, Homefront gameplay, Minecraft gameplay, and pretty much anything else you can imagine. So I encourage you guys to come check me out and subscribe if you like any of my stuff.
All right, good deal. Had fun talking to you, Drift0r out.
Later.